Hello, and welcome back to Long Live the Queen.
What comic are you reading?
I don't know.
What the How do you not know? It must have a name.
I clicked on it. It was a link from Reddit.
Oh.
I think it looked like Control-Delete, maybe?
Thought it might have been.
I don't know. I didn't even read it. Moving on.
I know Lost, and that's it.
Let's go visit the treasury and go become a magical girl.
Presents one.
You order the guards to stand aside and walk forward with your head held high. None of them dares deny you your access to your own treasury.
They're all quickly fired by your father, because they were sort of there for that exact reason.
The glitter is dazzling, but some sixth sense draws you towards one little...
Sense.
There's more than 6 senses, but okay.
Well, man. My dad argues the sixth sense is technically balance, but...
Yeah, it's like there's more than the standard 5.
Yeah. He also wrote the movie The Fifth Sense. I smell dead people.
Ew.
It's decidedly less entertaining. It's like, oh, really? Maybe you should stop standing in the cemetery. Oh, yeah, good point.
Or the mortuary cadaver
It's somewhere
place.
with dead people.
This is what you need. This is the crystal that will make you illumine. You tuck the box into your pocket. You can show it to your mentor later and get instructions on what to do next.
Cut to that. No, not this gem. This is just a ruby.
Aw, but it was so shiny!
That's what you get for sending the completely untrained girl to get a really important thing. Just saying.
Indeed. You take deep breaths and practice speaking
There's
loudly.
a whole lot of deep breathing going on in this learning, and I think it could be sort of... That was what I was going to say. There should totally be, like... You learn enough in one category to the point where it will automatically give you some in another category. It's like, you have a ton in elegance, but you don't have any in presence, really?
Well, they kind of do similar in that you can't get past a certain point. You have to have, like, I think... 2 stats in the same category in the up to like 50 before you can get past it.
All right,
and then
that's
same thing for like all 3 of them at a later cap.
That's a little better. I would have preferred my way because it's way easier.
Yeah,
but it's good that you can't like max out one stat and be completely nothing in another stat because that's absurd.
In that one category, you have to more or less do it evenly.
Right.
You memorize lists and sonnets, then recite them for your teacher and any castle staff she can round up to serve as an audience.
Ugh.
You've unlocked a new outfit!
I guess that would work for public speaking.
You study the traditions of ballroom etiquette, how to politely accept or defer an offer, and how to avoid the impression of attachment to an individual. That would have been useful like a month ago.
Yeah, really would have.
You memorize the correct title for every servant in the castle. Treating servants with respect ensures good service.
Maybe you should have done that a bit sooner. It does. Servants are more likely to help you if they're happy. That's just...
Oh, yeah.
Social studies have proven that. Jocelyn, really? That's
his name is Jocelyn. King
right.
Dowager, Duke of Callery.
Fuck you, your name's Rosalind now, because it's similar. A report that a key thong has been... Really? We're calling it a key thong? Okay. The key thong has been sighted in leaving the old forest.
What's a key thong?
You are way too young. Beep, beep. A beast with the body of an enormous golden cat. That's called a lion.
They don't know
A
that.
sharp beak and spikes on his back. So it's a chimera?
No, because chimeras have like a goat and a snake involved.
Oh, yeah. Griffin, then, I guess? No, it's not
Griffins
really
are just
griffin.
cats and birds.
Well, I mean, cat with beak, I kind of...
Yeah, I guess.
Several disappearances in southern Caloris.
Calorie. Or that's how I've been saying it. Whatever.
Really.
It's his duchy.
Several disappearances in southern Caloris. Already thought to be the work of the... I'm going to do that now. Be the work of this creature. Anytime I get to a thing I don't know how to pronounce, he's going to cough conveniently.
What do we do? Should we send hunters?
The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to... Really? That's a fucking horrid policy. The traditional policy is to wait and pray like a bunch of tiny little bitches. Hunters are no match for such creatures. Then why do we have them? You would only make it angry and waste more lives.
So we just let it eat people.
Well, that's a bit morbid if you look at it that way.
He says!
Everybody dies in the end.
+1 depressed.
No kidding. Also, you got some mail.
Talaris, the Duke of Sedna, will be arriving next week for an official visit.
Remember, Talaris will die in the end. Just like all of us.
You pay
I'm
respects
hoping
to
that
your
sounds
mother's
like I'm
tomb,
distant.
and wonder if the same fate is waiting for you.
I just told you it was!
New outfit.
Oh, did we? Aww, I like that outfit.
Her little tea dress.
That's adorable.
We're gonna go study herbs. Where is it?
I think I made this point with Noki in Tales from the Borderlands. It's weird looking back at shows I watched when I was a kid, because when it first came on, Teen Titans, I had a crush on Starfire. And I'm not allowed to anymore. And it's weird remembering I liked her as a kid.
Yeah.
It's weird for me. Not weird in like the pervy way, just weird in the thinking about it. Kind of, it's like, funny how life changes like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Although there's iterations of Starfire I'm allowed to have a crush on, but I liked the personality of the one in Teen Titans.
You learned that willow bark can be used to relieve aches and fever.
That's actually a really good lesson
True
for
fact.
your first one. Yeah.
Isn't that like aspirin? Or like the very, very like primordial
Yeah, it's
aspirin?
primordial aspirin. Yeah, that's a very good lesson for your first one.
You learned that feverfew can be used to reduce tension and headaches. You learned that
it's called feverfew.
You learned that
Why is it called that? We get few fevers when we use it. Ah, yeah, good point.
It will never be elf root though.
That shit's used in everything.
Everything! You learned that oil of cloves rubbed on the skin can relieve pain, particularly in teeth.
How does rubbing it on the skin relieve teeth pain?
I'm assuming like you rub it on
Lips,
your
I
teeth.
guess? That's not skin then if you're rubbing it on teeth.
Or your gums.
What kind of voice?
It doesn't matter. Relatively minor.
Yeah. Ah, Your Highness, what a pleasure it is to meet you in person at last. Your description did not do you justice.
You have a silver tongue, Your Grace, or an eye for unfinished potential, both admirable qualities.
I was so pleased to hear you accepted my humble offering, a jewel for a jewel. But you are the more precious. How old is this guy?
26.
She's 14, you perv. But I hope this is only the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship. A union between us would bring stability to both our peoples.
He really does want to marry me.
Gross. Yeah, perv. Except, wow, alright. That'd be quick.
I need to let him down gently.
No.
You can, like, fail that, and
Ooh.
she's just like, "No, you creep! Get away from me!"
That would be the appropriate response, shockingly enough.
Your Grace, I hold you in the highest respect, but I regret that my impulsive enthusiasm may have misled you. Such a decision should not be made in haste. I would, of course, look kindly on your suit in the future.
Now, when she says look kindly on your suit, does she mean I would look favorably upon your attempt to court me? Or I would look good pinned to your dinner jacket? Because that's what I heard the first time, and then I thought about it, and I was like, no, wait. That doesn't make any sense.
Option A.
I would look favorably on your suit. I thought she meant I'm going to be, like, worn as a scarf around you while you're in a dinner jacket.
You're a moron, you know that?
More people need to watch this. It's funny. We're funny people. I'm in complete agreement, Your Highness. There is no need to rush. A solid union requires strong foundations. I wish only to meet you, to get to know you, then to see you again. And again, through your window, perhaps, when you can't see... you could show me around the castle, perhaps to a dark corner one could hide in while you showered.
I don't think they have showers.
At boarding school.
I know, but they didn't have a printing press.
God, they had to handwrite. I wonder if she didn't learn anything. They had to handwrite all the textbooks. We made 3, and then everyone gave up because of carpal tunnel. You have to share them.
What do I do now? Pick up the crystal and, with your bare hands, press it against
I don't have bare hands. Well, tiger hands do.
Just throws you out the window.
Not worth it.
No, she can flat out kill you if you, like...
Yeah, if you ignore her too much, I think.
Or if you, like, try to poke fun at her.
Really?
Yeah, because you can...
Lighten up, bitch.
You can arrest her, and then when you lock her up, and you can, like, be like, you're in jail.
All
and then
right.
she, like, chokes you.
Well, alright, that's fair, then.
Pick up the crystal with your bare hands, press it against your chest over your heart, and say, illuminate.
That's pronounced Illuminate?
Okay, here we go. Illuminate.
Illuminate.
It's not the Illuminati.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying it's pronounced Illuminate.
Magical girl sequence.
Sailor Moon!
You feel dizzy and both larger and lighter than you were before. The crystal has disappeared from view, but you know where it is.
Ah, shit, we have bigger boobs now, like that one game. Yeah, I reminded. I could see, like, you were like, and that was the reaction to the bigger boobs. And then you remembered the game I was talking about, and you were like, that game's a nightmare.
Wow. The priestess here is a friend of mine.
It's based on anime, too. That's the sad part.
I will come to your lessons in the faith and train you to use your powers. Yeah, basically you're telling your dad you're going to study church, and instead you're studying magic.
I'm going to study religion. Oh, that's good. What religion? Satanism. Damn it. I also forgot his voice again for a minute. Whenever he's not on screen, I can't remember his voice.
Obnoxious.
I know his voice, thank you. Also, it's me. Every voice is obnoxious. It's a terrible way to try and jog my memory.
Until you have children of your own, your maternal uncle, the Duke of Merva, is next in line for the crown, and after him would be his daughter, your cousin Charlotte. Important!
That is also a good lesson.
Your maternal cousin's wife, the Countess
Uncle's wife.
What did I say?
Cousin.
Okay. Your maternal uncle's wife, the Countess Nix, claims kinship to the old Merva line and originally asked your mother for title to the duchy. However, no one could verify her lineage. As a compromise, your mother created her brother, Duke of Merva. See? She just walked up and be like, yeah, I'm totally the Duchess of Merva.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I can't prove it, but why don't you marry my brother? And he'll be the Duke.
I mean, it's a gamble, but it really sounds like it worked out for the most part. If I were her, if I actually were, then, it'd be a bit of a sting to not get what I'm requesting, but that's still pretty good, what she has right now.
Yeah,
and if it were a scam, I'd, take my win where I can get it. Because that's a hell of a ballsy move.
I would like to point out that we don't actually know how your mother died, only that it involved her magic somehow.
Are you avoiding spoilers for me?
No, because I'm about to drop a big spoiler. Actually, I don't know what it is.
Oh, great.
It never explicitly states it.
Hold up, before that. Last Duke of Mead was the older half-brother of the current Duchess. His reign was brief and highly scandalous. Sounds like a fun guy. He defied tradition to pledge himself as the life mate of the old Duke of Ursel, then broke that off only a year later. He retired into seclusion and died still unwed.
Gay marriage is a thing.
That's a wildcat person, that is.
Yeah.
When you said brief and highly scandalous, I was thinking, going out and partying with hookers.
Nope, just...
Could be male hookers.
Yeah, probably male hookers. But basically, in one ending, you can set it up. You end up... Or Elodie ends up falling mysteriously ill after her... what happens is her dad dies. She moves her aunt and cousins in with her because she doesn't want to be alone. She falls mysteriously ill, and when she recovers, it turns out she can't have kids anymore.
Goodness me.
And of course, her darling aunt was there to take care of her the whole time.
Ah, good. Yeah, disease might have spread to your heart or something. Killed you even, At least now you only don't have kids. You are requested to stand in judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crown.
Give him, I don't know, douchey voice. Well, a hothead voice.
A hothead. Your Highness, this slattern?
Slattern?
What's a slattern?
A whore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Today you learned.
This slattern dares to beg pardon when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own roof.
Which sister?
What the fuck does it matter? If you must know, the Duchess of Mead.
Is she alright?
Beep. She is unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself? It's just as it is. Them devils killed me brother and broke me mam's heart.
Me mam's?
Lied to her they did when she went to see why he'd not come back. Said he'd gone for a soldier when he never would.
I was going to chastise you, then I actually read what she was saying, and it's very appropriate.
He weren't the only one either. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice.
You see, she is completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it.
This might have something...
Oh wait, partial success.
This might have something to do with the last Duke and Mead. He was involved in all sorts of scandals.
You just learned that.
Yeah. I need to know if she has any justification for her actions. However, directly accusing a noble of murder would create an uproar. We must be circumspect. Is it possible that a relative of this woman may have met an untimely demise at some point in the past? Now, this isn't he was partying with hookers. He was killing people.
Hey, it's that kind of party, I guess. Also, I just looked it up. Slattern specifically refers to a dirty or untidy woman.
Whore.
Doesn't have to be a whore.
What do you think they use?
Dirtier.
Oh, that freaking reminds me. The reason I'm surprised you didn't know is because that's like one of the dial or ambient conversations in Dragon Age 2. After Aveline gets married, and if you have her and Isabella in the party.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's why. Anyway, she's like,
Go on.
Isabella's like, you can't have me around when you have kids. It's like, what are you gonna say when it's like, Mommy, what's a slattern? And she uses that voice, and it's great. She's like, I'll just point and be like, that's a slattern. It's great. You should look up Dragon Age dialogue.
I imagine I'll be experiencing it unless she wants to make me suffer in Dragon Age 2, which I think, Dragon Age 1, I got, it's my opinions. 2, there's content I missed because of my ineptitude. I think it'd be unfair if she robbed me of that again, but it's her call in the end.
We'll see.
We shall. That is... not impossible. However, if that were the case, it would still have nothing to do with Coral. The person, excuse me, I have a cold. The person who might have been involved is already dead and buried, and not much missed, to be quite frank.
Well then, as you see, divine justice has already been carried out. You blamed an innocent woman, one who might had sympathy for... Where's the might have had?
Might had sympathy.
Okay. Shouldn't there be a have there?
What do you want? There's always a typo in these.
For you, if you had told her the truth. Not all nobles are the same. Oh, I never thought. You will have time to think about your actions in the dungeons.
She should be hanged!
She acted for the love of her sibling. Surely you can understand that. No one else needs to die.
Have you played that Flash game? No one else has to die?
No.
Or no one has to die, I think.
No.
It's an interesting narrative, but... just look it up on Newgrounds. It's like a good 20-minute game.
Magic! You learn to summon a small glowing light, which you can then move around independently.
That's a flashlight.
You learn how to cast rays of white light, which can banish shadows and blind your opponents.
That is a flashlight.
You learn to create tiny discs of solid light, which fly through the air and cut into targets.
Alright, fine. Shurikens. So far, a ninja with a flashlight can do all she can with magic. Although, to be fair, 14-year-olds old, throwing discs that slice things in the air is pretty good for magic. Gotta say.
As you are walking one day in the garden...
She learned that in a week.
Yeah. You hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons.
I know this one.
That's funny. I thought owls were nocturnal. I guess I was wrong. When you return to the castle, your father is waiting for you.
There's a woman here to see you. She wishes crown funding for a project. We're calling it King Starter. Thought you'd laugh at that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you for seeing me, Your Royal Highness. I come to you on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment.
Oh, those people. A free clinic.
Centralizing resources could help people who don't have doctors of their own.
What sort of people don't have doctors of their own? I go to my family doctor every time I need to kick someone in the pants. Makes me feel better.
We would be happy to invest in your venture.
Of course, he's been prescribing me horse tranquilizers.
I wonder why.
They make me feel funny in my blood.
Does it make your blood itch?
I'm stealing that from a meme I actually liked, where it's like, Daddy, why don't we use vaccines? Why should we trust doctors when we have the internet? I miss my brother and my blood feels weird. Anyways.
You increase your awareness of your own thoughts and emotions, making it more difficult for mind-affecting magic to twist your reaction.
Fuck, that should be required.
It is. It's lesson 1 in resist magic.
Alright, fair enough.
You learn to consciously project a magical field through your thoughts, blocking outside magic from touching your mind, but only when you have the energy to consciously resist. You gain innate resistance to light and dark. You can now see in the blackest of caves or stare into the sun without going blind.
How does that resist magic? Darkness isn't magic. That's just day and night.
Whatever. It's a very literal use of resist magic.
I suppose, yeah. Remember that the festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be public celebrations for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility.
A grand ball. There will be dancing.
Atta girl, shit on the commoners. As queen, you will be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting. Possibly give a speech. Ceremonial planting?
Of a tree.
Wow, hippies. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required, per se. And it may not be safe to expose you to the public.
What do you mean, not safe?
Get your throat slit, bitch. He has a long... Fucking for a king regent, he's got a pretty pimpin' collar there. I don't think king regents get collars like that. You're like, I'd like a spiffy collar. Pff, no, you're a temporary king. Get the hell out of here. You don't get the cool collar. Here, we've got this one made of swastikas and penises, if you'd rather have that. No, I'm good. Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. Queen gets the cool collar. Outside the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now and decide later. Word has come from the factory for what? Word has come from the factory for books that you funded. Is that the name of it? The factory for books that you funded. They have assembled enough equipment to begin printing test pamphlets. As their royal sponsor, it is your right to decide the content of the first printing. Yowie.
That's not an option.
Should be.
Pro-Lumen propaganda. I think the people of Nova don't have enough respect for magic users. I want to print pamphlets about lumens. I want to show everyone how magic can do good things. Fully aware.
I mean, I saw you fail like 2 things in a row, but I think it'd be way funnier. So I'm just gonna be like, as you wish. Oh, and here's some mail.
It's from Brioni. I went to school with her, but she's a couple...
Bully.
Yeah, she is.
That's the bully.
But she's a couple years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead.
This is her trying to make amends before her family's executed.
She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. No, she's like, she's one of those people that she bullied you, but now that you're higher rank, she's schmoozing like, yeah, we were totes friends, remember?
Yeah, she was the one who bullied you, and then as you were leaving, picked up by your father, she was like, ah, shit, she's gonna be queen, and damn it. So now she's, fixing that burned bridge as quickly as humanly possible.
She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I certainly don't have any to suggest for her. I added a few words there. Let's roll.
Have you tried the brothel? I hear that's quite the adventure for women your age.
Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Fucking, why isn't the queen getting more mail? I'm goddamn important. Write me letters, people.
Bye-bye.
Bye.